Hey friends, this is the Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead, and today we're going to make cornbread burger bake. Say that 5 times real fast. Now, for starters, you're going to need a pound of ground beef. These are the last 4 of my 1/4 pound seasoned burgers. So you can season your burger any way you want, but these were seasoned with garlic, onion powder, salt, and pepper. I have a can of Hunt's Manwich. Now you can use tomato sauce if you like, but I don't usually buy prepackaged food, but I think these went on sale last year for like 25 cents a can, so I thought I would use it up. And I've got about 2.5 to 3 cups, maybe 2.5 cups of chopped broccoli and onion. You do not need the broccoli, folks. You can put peas, corn, whatever you want in there. I'm just sneaking some health in there. And you're going to need a recipe of your favorite unsweetened cornbread. Let's get started. Now you really want your beef to be lean, and mine is, so I've put a little bit of avocado oil in the bottom. And for those other folks, yes, you can use any ground meat you want. I just happen to have these last 4 hamburgers, and they're still slightly frozen, so I'm going to start cooking them to the point where I can break them up. Okay, now I've gone ahead and switched out to a smaller skillet. Because the burger wasn't going to cover the bottom. So now that it's browned up, and yes, I kept some of the fat in there. Now that it's browned up, we're just going to turn our heat up a little bit, and we're going to lightly saute these onions and vegetables. Well, now maybe I should have used the bigger skillet. We'll see. I could have probably cut these onions a little smaller, but we like nice big pieces. Okay, now while that's working up, let's make our cornbread. For our cornbread, you are going to need 1 cup of buttermilk. I am substituting 1 cup of warm water, and I'm going to put in 4 tablespoons of buttermilk powder. You're going to need 3/4 of a cup of cornmeal. I use Bob's Red Mill Organic. You're going to need 3/4 of a cup of flour, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/2 stick of softened butter, and 2 large eggs. Now, little brother J0 told me that I was going to have to turn in my hillbilly badge because I didn't have any bacon fat to put in my cornbread. Well, he was a little more forgiving when I told him I don't ever recall even making cornbread from scratch. So, I've put my cup of warm water in here and 4 tablespoons of buttermilk powder. Let's get this whisking. That's our buttermilk. I'm just going to take my 1/2 stick of softened butter, to which I would add a walnut-sized knob of bacon fat if I had it. And now we're just going to drop in our 2 large eggs. Now I'm just going to put this on stir, and I would also tell you to put in a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, except that I use salted butter. So I didn't add that. Now I'm just mixing up our dry ingredients. I'm just going to drop our dry ingredients in here, and I'm going to stir until just combined. And that's all she wrote. We're going to preheat our oven to 400 degrees. Now our vegetables are starting to sweat. We are going to pour in our Manwich. Now, like I said, you can use tomato sauce that you've seasoned, whatever you like. We just want to make sure it's all nicely mixed. Just give it a shake. And now we're going to take our cornbread. Isn't that beautiful? And we're just going to start spooning it on top of our mixture here. Now we are going to pop this in a 400-degree oven for 20 to 30 minutes. Now I've never made this before, folks, so this is a brand new recipe that I've come up with just because I didn't know what to do with that can of Manwich. So we'll see you when this comes out of the oven. 25 to 30 minutes. All right. Let's get our cornbread burger bake out of the oven. Doesn't that look lovely? We'll see. We're going to let this set up for about 10-15 minutes, and then when Papa comes home, we're going to have him try it. It's Daddy was a little late getting home, so this has cooled down some, but it's still warm. Papa's not a huge fan of cornbread or cornmeal or anything, so this will be a real test of my new recipe. It's called cornbread burger bake. You know what? I should have used 2 cans of Sloppy Joe stuff.
Good.
Awesome. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from Our Half Acre Homestead saying, yes, he liked it.